Hello, everybody. Oh, damn it! I had something planned. I was just like, I know how I'll make this not sound stupid. I'll say this, and I immediately forgot what the thing that I was going to say was. This is the quickest Vivcast has gone down the shitter. Hold on. I'm gonna retread my thoughts. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, hello, everybody. Welcome to Vivcast. I'm Viva Reverie. No, that doesn't work because I like saying, and you're watching Vivcast afterwards. You know what? Everything sucks. Everything sucks. This is basically the first time I've talked all day. So my voice is not, like, I have water, so maybe that'll help. But my voice is not ready to do a big hour-long Vivcast episode thing. So I probably sound cruddy, and that's not fun. But I don't know, maybe it'll get better later in the episode, or maybe it's all in my head and I sound fine anyway. Whatever. So this is Vivcast. This is a regular episode of Vivcast because I didn't realize this. There is no pony episode this week, so yay! That being said, this is still like weirdly timed. It's like a midweek Vivcast because I'm like a week behind anyway. So get a Vivcast in the middle of so that way I can be more on time with the next one, something like that. Yeah. Vivcast. So, so this is regular Vivcast. Today's topic I want to talk about is Guitar Hero. As you may have, as you may be able to tell from the thumbnail and the title of the video, which I'm sure you've already read. But before that, right. We have formalities. We have Vivcast formalities, as is tradition. We must start off with stupid stuff. You know what formalities is like? Formalities is like, oh man, there was a podcast show that I watched back when it was quote unquote airing. It went on YouTube just like this one. It was called GT Time. It was for game trailers, full of cool dudes. But then game trailers went and died, so that sucks. And essentially, their version of formalities they called corrections, I think it was, because they always made a ton of mistakes the episode prior, and they used the corrections part to correct them on anything they said. That's the reason why I bring that up, is I have a correction to make from the previous episode where I was like, what the hell happened to Pee-wee? I'm stupid and I don't know how I forgot this, but there's at the start of Just for Sidekicks, there's a few like photo frames and it shows like, oh, it's memories and stuff, and it shows Spike giving Pee-wee back to their parents, his or her, I don't know, Pee-wee's parents. So it was explained why Pee-wee hasn't been shown anywhere, and I just completely forgot, which is surprising because I feel like I should know this sort of thing, but I'm just a stupid poopy head who sometimes forgets about things. Yeah. So that's that cleared up. Second formality is that, I've already explained this. This is a gap week. There's no episode this week, so this is regular Vivcast. Even though this is like middle of the week anyway. Yeah, but the friggin' that Princess Ember episode, I can't remember the name. Gauntlet of Fire. That episode was the week before, so geez, whatever. Like I released the Vivcast episode for Gauntlet of Fire, like a week after, like a few hours before when the new episode would have aired, if there was a new episode, and I didn't realize there was a new episode until somebody was just like, there's no new episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's useful. Third formality I want to bring up is BronyCon. Who likes conventions? This is me officially 100% saying that I am going to BronyCon this year, and it's really exciting because I've never been to BronyCon, and I think this is like going to be my only international convention the entire year, because I don't have the money to go anywhere else, and I really want to go to BronyCon. And bonus points, unless for some reason, no, I've already gotten the confirmation email. I have a panel confirmed, so sweet. I'm going there for a reason, beyond other things. But but yeah, I'm not going to say too much about it now, just that it's happening, and if you're going to BronyCon, you should totally go to that panel. I'm going to make a special video for it, exclusively for it, because this is a big deal, this is a big thing for me, so, and it's probably better to, like, actually talk about it when the schedules go out or whatever, because that way I can point what time it's at or whatever, you know, convention video things, which doesn't come from me often because I don't go to conventions often, but I'm totally going to BronyCon 100% unless I die before then, which I hope doesn't happen. Alright, formalities over. Let's actually talk about the proper actual topic of this episode. I'm going to talk about Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero. Why am I talking about Guitar Hero? Well, I didn't mention it like in one of my previous Vivcasts that I've been playing it recently, and I have been playing it more since then, even though I shouldn't be, even though I should be like working on other things and like, but every time I have like free time, I'm just like, alright, I want to go play some more Guitar Hero, because it's, oh man. Let's talk about the fundamentals of my relation with the Guitar Hero series. So, it started off, I don't know, a young person. I was a young person, and we had the PlayStation 2, and we got Guitar Hero 3, which is like, I want to say the most famous of the series. This might just be like my own personal bias because it was the first one I got. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the one that sold the most too. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty certain Guitar Hero 3 is the most popular one because like, when you look up videos online, it's always just like, oh, Guitar Hero 3 this, Guitar Hero 3 that. So, like, all the others are just sort of like other Guitar Hero games. Guitar Hero 3 is the Guitar Hero game that like everybody cites. Specifically for reasons that I'll bring up in a minute. Guitar Hero 3. It's like there's so many Guitar Hero like games out there and derivatives of Guitar Hero 2 that they all sort of meld together. Now instead of there being a game with a set amount of songs, instead, you look for a song and see which Guitar Hero game it's in. Like, it's just in every, like, oh man, like Rock Band 3, I think it is, has like, a download list of songs that's like 1,000,000 songs long, and you have to like shell out way too much money in order to buy all of them. Like random indie people are like, putting songs on that store page thingy, so it's like, so it's kind of it's oversaturated is what it is. It is extremely oversaturated, but Guitar Hero 3 is like a special one where like before the oversaturation there were just these songs, this song list. Like if you want to play like this song, which is it'll happen in a game later, but it's not there. You're not playing it. You're only playing these ones. And that's why I sort of have a connection with all the songs in Guitar Hero 3, except for the bonus songs. Like, all right, let me explain for the people who don't know Guitar Hero games. This is how the game works. You have like, you go into career mode and you start off with like. First off, you start off with a difficulty setting, but that's irrelevant. Or at least irrelevant for now. And then you select between like 4 songs, and then you have to beat all 4 of them, and then you get the next 4 like open to you, and then you play through those. And like you keep doing that, and you go through like these sort of sections of 4 or 5 songs. And like in between them, there's also bonus songs like. Encore songs, like bonus songs, are a separate thing. Bonus songs are songs that you buy in the in-game store with in-game money. And like, there's also a couple of battles like guitar battles where you like use items, which is really weird and really like if you don't know Guitar Hero, it would take a long time for me to explain that sort of thing. One thing I will say is that like if you don't know anything about Guitar Hero, it's essentially a rhythm game. It's essentially like, oh, here's a like this is a song and it has a guitar in it, and the guitar goes da da da. That means you need to hit the da 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 like as they show up. It's because rhythm games and the such, and every single song like can be done that way as long as it has guitar. But even then, later on, they sort of cheat and say like, all right, so this isn't necessarily guitar, but we're gonna make you play it as if it is a guitar anyway, which is totally fine by me because it's a rhythm game at its heart, and a guitar-centric game like second. I'd say. That being said, if you want to play like a purely rhythm game, then you go play like Step Mania or DDR or whatever. Just like that's just purely like Guitar Hero minus the controller. The controller on Guitar Hero is really like it's kind of hard to get used to. Like obviously it makes sense because it's not a regular buttons on your regular Xbox controllers or whatever. Instead, it's all these fret buttons on your non-dominant hand, and you've got your strummy thing on your dominant hand. And then some guitars have a star power button, and star power is like a multiplier. If you get a bunch of notes in a row, you can get star power, and it makes your notes better or whatever. It's again hard to explain for people who don't know anything about the game. But it's oh man, like the all right. I'm gonna move on to talking about the difficulty levels of the game. I'm gonna talk about all right. So when you start off the game, obviously you're gonna start on easy mode. Easy mode only uses 3 fret buttons, so therefore, like you've got 5 lanes where the notes come down. Only the first 3 ever have notes on them, which makes it very easy to work with. And the notes are very infrequent because it's just like it's easy mode essentially. All the stages are really easy to pass through. Oh my god, I just thought of like, since I'm so used to playing on the harder difficulties, I wonder what like some of the really hard levels are like on easy mode. I never really thought about that, or at least not recently. Like the final guitar battle against the devil is just playing with like really slow. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's easy mode. Which obviously you can play just using your first 3 fingers, your index, your middle, and your ring fingers. So it's pretty easy. And then on medium mode, one step higher, you have to use your pinky because the 4th lane also has notes. So like, all right, and there's also more notes coming down, so it's a lot more difficult because now you have to use your pinky, and nobody uses their pinky to play video games. Like that's uncomfortable and weird. But now you've got to use your pinky, and you've got to use it pretty often if you're like not comfortable with. Oh, no, you know what? You use it if you get a lot of high notes exclusively. You know what? I'm just being a stupid poo-poo doo-doo head. Hard mode, obviously, one step further, you get the 5th note. You get the orange note, the one at the very right. And, like, I'm sure people can jump from easy to medium really easily, but it's a very large jump from medium to hard, because now you've got an extra note and you don't have 6 fingers. Like, your thumb's not pressing any buttons, it's gripping the controller. Your first 4 fingers are on the first 4 buttons, but now you've got the orange note. What are you going to do with the orange note? You like, now your pinky has to work double time. And so it's like really confusing if you don't know what you're doing, but the thing is that like, this is like I said, this is suddenly where the difficulty suddenly makes a huge leap, because like one thing which I only until like a couple of weeks ago realized is that the Guitar Hero controller is like and how you play songs in Guitar Hero is supposed to actually really mimic how they're played on a real guitar. And I was really surprised to like find this out. Like, how do you get the orange notes? You don't use your pinky to like stretch over there. You move your whole hand down. So now your index finger is on the second note. So now your four fingers are on the last four buttons as opposed to the first four buttons. And then oh no, now you don't have green notes. Well, obviously you move your hand when you get to green notes, because green and orange, which are on the left and the right of these sorry if I'm doing notes by color, but I've got a Guitar Hero controller in my sights and I know them too well, so I'm just going to refer to them by color and not where they are on the controller. Orange is at the very right, green is at the very left, and they do not show up next to each other often. They only do when the people who designed the Guitar Hero songs are assholes and they want to hurt your hand. That is the only time. And it's kind of really annoying when they do that. Guitar Hero 3 is easily the one that's like does this the most. It's the most asshole-ish. I know it's the most popular, but it's also the most asshole-ish, and it does like really unfair things way too often. Yeah, right. I wanted to keep talking about how it sort of mimics a real guitar, because obviously, okay, not only are you moving your hand up and down the neck of the guitar, but you're also like, now this is really difficult to explain if you have no idea, like, how Guitar Hero works, or, I don't know, real guitars either. But, like, obviously, it's supposed to mimic a real guitar where you're holding down the fret button and then you're strumming with your right hand, and that's supposed to mimic like you're strumming a string on a real guitar, obviously. And likewise, you're holding that string down with that finger. That means that all of your, I'm talking about this like you're right-handed, all of the buttons to the left of that finger, so closer to the top of the guitar, those suddenly don't do anything because like you're only, because that's not the part of the string that's vibrating. So it's the exact same in Guitar Hero. Oh my god, I feel like I'm getting really technical and it's hard to follow, but it's like, it's the thing that I didn't even realize it's in the tutorial. I never watched the tutorial, so obviously I missed out on this until like a couple of weeks ago where I watched the tutorial. But like, once you figure that stuff out, suddenly the game becomes a lot more fun to play. Like, it suddenly becomes like, I figured it out. I figured out this controller. And it, like, easily the biggest hurdle with Guitar Hero is like figuring out the controller. The controller is awkward and weird, like, because like if you're playing a video game, you're playing with a regular controller. All of your buttons are easily there for you to press when you need to press them. But on the guitar controller, it's like, how do I press this and this at the same time? It's oh man. It's really like, guitars and stuff. Oh man, it's just Guitar Hero. I do not play real guitar, but like, it kind of makes me want to play real guitar. Like, oh geez, you know what? I want to finish my thought. I'm gonna hate myself if I don't finish this thought. So that's hard mode. Hard mode is adding the orange note, and then suddenly, you have an extra note to like to worry about. Expert mode is the same, but it's like every note of the song. Like, if you hear a song go do 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 do, then that means you have to strum du, 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 du. You have to strum every note. And like, hard mode often is just expert mode, but missing a few notes to make it like not stupid to play. Expert mode is stupid mode. Expert is dumb unfair a lot of the time. There's a few songs in Guitar Hero which are just like they're okay to play in hard mode, but they are just not fun to play at all in expert mode, because it's just like a wall of notes and it's dumb and it's stupid. But that's what they do if they want to mimic the actual like the actual song's guitar, essentially. Like, as I've said several times now, the Guitar Hero 3 is the most arse-holish of the Guitar Hero series. I don't like after playing a few Guitar Hero games now. I want to say that's not because the game is like actually adding extra notes where notes didn't exist. To be fair, I'm pretty sure there is a bit of that actually in the song or in the game. They've definitely done a few arseholeish things where it's like, okay, there is a note here, but I'm gonna make it a triple, and it's awkward for your hand, and you're gonna have to contort it in a weird, uncomfortable way. There's definitely a few of those, and no other Guitar Hero game does that, or at least none of the future one games do. I barely remember Guitar Hero 1, and Guitar Hero 2 I haven't finished, so whatever. With those, I don't even have Guitar Hero 1 on the Xbox, which is what I've been playing it on recently. Irrelevant. Yeah, Guitar Hero 3 is... It's the... Oh, man. Where was I? It was Guitar Hero 3 is the arseholeish one that makes you do unfair things, and it's stupid because of that. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. But then I wanted to talk about something else. Damn it. Guitar Hero 3 is... Oh my god, there's too much guitar in my head. It's like, guitar the word, not guitar the sounds. You know what? Vivcast is difficult. Water. Maybe I should just I don't like backpedaling because then I'll just like completely lose my... Because I can't backpedal. Is why I'm bad at backpedaling, like, when it comes to, like, thinking about things, because I had one thought, and then if I want to go back to that thought, like, what do? I can't go back to that thought. I'm not thinking about it anymore. And I am... And you might be saying, oh, why aren't you following your notes? I haven't been following my notes for the past 20 minutes. And this is a 20-minute episode. Oh man, I had like a few notes, but I just sort of divulged into a lot of different like sort of rambles. And the different rambles turned into different like, oh, now I'm talking about this. And now I'm talking about this. Because Guitar Hero is like, Guitar Hero is just, it's a really fun game. I really enjoy it. It's, I'm still trying to remember what I was saying. It was like, it's a rhythm game. Yeah, it's a rhythm game. You're imitating what the guitar is doing. And Guitar Hero 3 is an asshole piece. That's what I wanted to say. Guitar Hero 3 is an asshole not because it adds extra notes, which then I said, which it does anyway. But no, Guitar Hero 3 is an asshole because of the songs it chooses. Because, like, there's a few songs which are just dumb, and it's not the people who set up the notes who made it dumb, it's the fact that the songs themselves have all of these guitar strumming bits in it, and since it's Guitar Hero, it has to imitate everything that it does. And, like, there is one specific song that I would like to cite, cite as in as in C-I-T-E, cite, that site, not the other site. It's called Raining Blood. It is the worst song ever and I hate it. If you haven't heard the song, fair enough. If you've played Guitar Hero 3, you might know what I'm talking about. That or maybe you're like me and you completely forgot about the song after leaving the game, because it's, we're gonna talk about, like, music genres now. Like, I like a lot of genres of music, but this one is just, like, pure mega metal. What is, like, black metal? I think that's what it's called. But then again, there's, like, 5 million, billion, trillion music genres, so I could be wrong. But essentially, it's noise. It's just noise at a point. Like, instead of it being, like... Da 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 da. Oh my god, my throat cannot sing. So, Like, instead of it being like an actual melody, it's like. That's Raining Blood. That is, and I hate it so much. Because, okay, Raining Blood starts off really slow. It's like fucking 6 notes for like 20 seconds, and that's agonizingly slow. And then it does this bit which is like normal, and sure, I'm fine with the normal bit. And then it gets to into stupid bit where it goes blah 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 blah, and those blahs, each of those is orange, blue, yellow, red, and then blue, yellow, red, green. So it's and they are just instant, and you have to do all of them for like another 10 seconds before you're... No, it's longer than that, it feels like. It just keeps going and going. You have to survive that. And expert mode, which I did mention expert mode. Expert mode, it has to have all the notes. And it's also really stupid strict in Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 3 is stupid strict with like, you have to get all these notes, otherwise you're dead, like, within 10 notes. And it's stupid unfair, and it's dumb, and I hate it. Raining Blood can go screw itself. It's not fun to listen to, it's not fun to play, and it's a dumb song. I'm not criticizing the genre itself, but I hate the genre. Like, there's people who probably like that song, but I don't, and it's stupid, and I hate it. Anyway. On the complete other end of the spectrum, and by complete other end of the spectrum, I mean same end but completely different, there is an infamous song. Or infamous, isn't that word usually used for like things that are famous but are undeservedly famous, or like famous for doing something bad? Because I don't want to say this is what this song is. I want to say it's like I don't want to say famous either, because that doesn't sound right either. So I'm just going to say infamous. Infamous. This song is infamous for being stupidly crazy hard. It's called Through the Fire and Flames. It is easily the most famous Guitar Hero song, because I'm pretty sure like not many people at all knew about the song before Guitar Hero 3. It's the last song in the game. It's the last bonus song in the game, and everybody knows about it. If you know about Guitar Hero, you probably know about Through the Fire and Flames. It's like a 7-minute song, and it's stupidly crazy hard, and the first thing you do in it is like essentially a spam of notes, but not necessarily, or at least not anywhere near as much as Raining Blood is. Raining Blood is stupid and can go screw itself. Through the Fire and Flames is like at the very top of video game difficult achievements to do. There's like beating Mike Tyson in Punch-Out. There's like no, I want to say I Want to Be the Guy, which is like a silly indie sort of free game, which is like also really difficult, but that's not actually that hard. One of like the really super mega difficult like video game achievements is beating Through the Fire and Flames on expert mode, and that is like a really, really difficult thing to do, and I feel like I can almost do it. And it's so crazy me saying that. Like, if you told me that, oh, you can probably maybe beat Through the Fire and Flames on expert mode, like 2 weeks ago, I would have said you're crazy. And I've gotten over halfway through the song, and that's crazy. Like, this is, like, context. Way, way back when I first got the song, when I first played the game, this is something that was sort of like, something that I, like, barely looked into as saying, like, oh, I can do this. Like, it's like, this is, it, like, expert mode in general was me, like, sort of saying, like, I can't do this, there's no way I can do this. Eventually just, like, figuring out the controller and, like, how, like, playing it like a real guitar kind of is like, and, like, how you just have to do everything at the right times, and then you have all the things, and it's, like, precise timing and stuff. Like, if you know me, you know that I like music. I've done animations to music, and 90% of the time when I do an animation to music, I always have the characters like bobbing to the beat because I really like beat based stuff. I really like things being on time. So I think that's kind of why Guitar Hero like sort of is like appeals to me so much, because it's really that. And I feel kind of cool when I do it. Like it's oh man. Like, remember when I said, "Oh, the market's oversaturated with too many Guitar Hero songs and games and such"? I kind of like that, because that means that I can just pick up one of the Guitar Hero games. There's way too many of them, and then just start playing it, and then just like play all the songs and like without even knowing them. I'm just playing through them. Like, I can do this. I played through the first Rock Band. Is one of the games that I have, which is essentially Guitar Hero. And I went through the career mode for that, and the very last song, it's like 10 minutes long. It's crazy long, and there's a really difficult part near the end. And it took me a few tries and a bit of practice, but I eventually got past the song, and I'm like, alright, what's next? And then I realized that was the last song of the game without realizing. To be fair, it is 10 minutes long, and there are a few crazy, stupid, hard parts in it, but like, I passed by it and I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually good at Guitar Hero now. It's wow. I just sort of had the sort of the thought in my head that I sound really pretentious right now. I'm sorry if I sound really pretentious right now. Like, I'm so good at this game. Listen to me ramble about it for 30 minutes about how good I am at this game. I'm so good at this game. I'm so... You know what? I'm gonna shut up. I just like Guitar Hero. I've liked Guitar Hero. Like, I've been playing it a lot. I just want to talk about it. That's what Vivcast is for. Vivcast is me talking about things that are relevant. And the thing that is relevant for me right now is Guitar Hero. So I want to talk about it. And yep. That's what Vivcast is. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring up. I'm almost done with what I want to talk about. There are a few things that I sort of wanted to mention, but like in my notes, I as I mentioned, I'm barely following my notes at all. But like one of the things I wanted to mention, "Through the Fire and Flames," the song which I talked about, which is like, yeah, super difficult, but I actually really enjoy that song. It's a really fun song. It's just stupid, really crazy difficult. Compared to Raining Blood. Raining Blood's stupid. Right, yes, that's what I wanted to bring up. I kind of want to like stream myself attempting it. Like, I feel like that might be a fun thing to do. Like, maybe not anytime like soon, because like, oh, I'm busy with university stuff and I shouldn't be playing Guitar Hero. I should be working on animation stuff too. Everything is terrible. But like, yeah, it's like if people wanted to like watch me try and beat this game, and I could talk to the people in the chat and things like that, and stream stuff. That's kind of something I want to do. If I am to do it, it'll be on like my second channel or my Twitch. Yes, yeah, probably like Twitch or something. Like Twitch, streaming is not something I'm too familiar with. I've done it a few times, but it's not something I'm 100% familiar with. In any case, yeah, that's something I want to do in the future. Yep. Okay. That's this episode of Vivcast. Well, roughly. No, I want to get into the fan art stuff. We're getting into fan art stuff. Cool. I'm drinking getting to drink a water first. Okay. My throat sounds horrible. I want to do voices after this too. Oh man, I probably should have. Like, I was thinking, I can do voices on for like this animation that I kind of want to do. Preferably today. I was thinking like, I can warm myself up by doing Vivcast first, but no, Vivcast just kills my throat. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Right. So the first thing I want to do. This is silly. This isn't fan art. Once again, this is This is by Edgeloop. This is our fan art person, but this isn't fan art. This is a song thing. It's him like putting me talking about black people from the last episode to music. You can go into the description. You can find that. You can listen to it if you want. It's a little silly. But thank you anyway. Oh Christ. Yep. Go listen to that. I don't want to like. I don't want to like sort of talk about. I don't want to like play it or anything because I want you to go there to listen to it yourself. So have fun with that. Next piece of fan art. Oh, this one is Rat Lover. Once again with this. This is a picture of Viv. Yay! You may remember this person from a few episodes ago. Did a lot of fan art. And yeah, still doing fan art, and that's cool, and I like it. Thank you so much for doing that. It's nice and cute, and it's pretty. Thank you. Next one I want to talk about is this one. This is by Elka Art. This is, ta-da! This one's a really old one. It's a really, really nice looking one, though, too. It's once again based on the Very Hot video, which I showed fan art for a few episodes ago. And here's this one. It's like how do I praise a piece of art but not know how to art myself? Like, I can't say, oh, the stroke lines are very good because I don't know how to do stroke lines myself. I don't know. There's a lot to it, and it's pretty, and it's like and it's sort of like this sort of like whole smudge sort of style to it, and it's pretty. It's pretty is what I'm saying. It's pretty, and I don't know how to compliment it more. It's like this image is like one that like whenever I look up my name on DeviantArt, this one is like the first one to show up because it's like the most popular one, and like, I'm kind of surprised that it took me until now to do a fan art thingy on Vivcast for it. But yeah, this is a pretty one. I burped. That's oh, how thematic. So yeah, it's a neat and pretty thing. Thank you, Elka Art. Thank you. Yep. Okay. Now we're done with fan art. Yep. This is how do I finish episodes again? Oh, right, I forgot. I wanna do a question thing. I never remember the question thing. I should remind myself to like do a question thing. All right. My question for you today, official Viv question, is do you like rhythm games? Do you like Guitar Hero? Do you like, I don't know, maybe Rhythm Heaven? Rhythm Heaven's a really good series. I like that. That's a rhythm games. Like any games with rhythm in it. Is that your sort of thing? Do you like them? Have you tried them but have been really bad at them? Because I know a few friends who are just like horrible at rhythm games. But yeah, do you like rhythm games, whether it's Guitar Hero or not? I'm curious. Leave your answers in the comments, and I'll totally like watch, listen. What? No, read. That's what you do to comments. You read comments. Jesus, I'll read them, and yeah. What do I do now? That's right. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Tumblr, go to Viva Reverie. Those are my Twitters and Tumblrs. If you want to subscribe to listen to more garbage me rambling about, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to keep doing Vivcasts every week. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm going to have an animation out done within the near future, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I want it, if I do have an animation done, I want it to be done by the end of the month. I've sort of started on something, it's just like whether or not I have the time to finish it. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.